Thank you for joining us for the Barbados Today evening news for Friday, March 9. I am Marie-Claire Williams. Vice-Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, is blaming the country's social and economic decline on what he says is government's marginalisation of the Caville campus. The former principal made the assertion at a press conference this afternoon following the campus's council meeting. He then called on government to return the tertiary institution to the centre of its policy making.
There can be no economic growth in Barbados that is sustainable without the centrality of the Caville campus and the University of the West Indies. And that the sluggishness in the Barbados economy is in part due to the marginalisation and the diminishing of the Caville campus. I am absolutely sure, as an economic historian, that this persistent doggishness in terms of our inability to find the growth we are looking for is directly related to the marginalization of Caville in the policy framework and in its empirical and financial diminishing, whereby it is no longer capable of bringing to the table the aggression that it did historically. And this is a plea, therefore, the principal's report is a plea, therefore, to return the Caville campus to the center stage where it can, in fact, impact this country and the sub-region positively.
Sir Hilary also announced that at the recent intersessional summit in Haiti, CARICOM leaders decided to settle the $275 million debt owed to the regional campuses within the next 2 months.
Months of resolve and agreed at the heads that they will resolve this matter in the next 2 months. And that Prime Minister Harris of St. Kitts and Nevis has been mandated by the heads of governments to carry out shuttle diplomacy, to move from country to country as Prime Minister, meet with all the Prime Ministers, and to work through a win-win strategy where those resources can be made available to the university for its transformation. Those resources can be made available for its transformation for the 21st century, while being cognizant of the very narrow fiscal space available to each country.
Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Senator Harry Husbands, says the issue of school violence is being exaggerated. While he acknowledged that school violence is a problem, Senator Husbands says Barbados is not the worst place.
I hold the view that this idea of youth violence and violence in the schools and so on is overstated. That is not to say that there is not a problem. Of course, with all young people everywhere in Barbados, in Trinidad and Tobago, and in Timbuktu, there is a challenge of deviancy. And that is a reality of modern day life.
Just last month, Husbands blamed a rise in gang activity at schools for the recent upsurge in school violence. Police are investigating a shooting at Thomas Gap, President Kennedy Drive last night. No one was injured, but 2 vehicles and a house were damaged. At the time of the incident, ambulance personnel were responding to a report of a man collapsing about 300 meters from where the shooting had occurred when they heard the shots. Police are asking anyone with information that can assist with their investigations to contact the Blackrock Police Station at 417-7550 or 417-7501. You can also call the police emergency number 211 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-8477. Members of the entertainment fraternity today paid tribute to cultural icon Jackie Opel on the 48th anniversary of his death. They held a rededication service at his graveside at Westbury Cemetery. His longtime friend, entertainer Mark Williams, paid tribute to him, saying Opel did not receive enough recognition for his work.
This has been the forgotten part of Westminster Cemetery. This area has been the forgotten part of Westminster Cemetery. Here lies the greatest entertainer the Caribbean have ever produced. You can't say different than that. He was a dancer, he was a singer, he was everything. So you just can't say Jackie was everything.
And a musician.
And a musician. Jackie played drums, he played the sax. Jackie was great.
Williams also paid tribute to another individual whom he says has not gotten the recognition he deserves.
35 steps away from here. 35 steps away from here. Look behind you. A grave that cannot be discovered, that cannot be pointed out, of a man called Captain Griffith, who was the first black Barbadian to become the director of the Barbados Police Band. The man who wrote the score for the steel band music. The man who took the steel band to England. The man who at Chubufat was recognized in Antigua, was recognized in Trinidad, but in Barbados as the director of the police band, his grave cannot be recognized here. That is what I'm talking about, situations of Barbados is concerned. And when you talk about Captain Griffith, and I'm talking with the father of Rudolph Hines. So I'm not guessing this. He was the father of Rudolph Hines. I'm saying to you, let's change this morning.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Thank you for staying with us. We're back with news from the region. The Speaker of the St. Lucia House of Assembly, Leon Theodore John, has confirmed her resignation effective March 1st. She stepped down after nearly 2 years in the post and says she hopes to take up a diplomatic post at the St. Lucia High Commission in London. Her resignation also comes a month after she dismissed rumors that she was being pressured by government to step down. Theodore John is expected to assume her new role before the end of this month. And on the international scene, Britain has deployed specialist troops to remove potentially contaminated objects from the English city where a Russian former double agent and his daughter were poisoned with a nerve agent. The two have been in intensive care since they were discovered slumped and unconscious on a bench on Sunday in the cathedral city of Salisbury. We get more in this Reuters report.
Specialist military personnel will help British police investigate the poisoning of Russian double agent Sergei Skripal and his daughter. Around 180 troops, some with expertise in dealing with chemicals, are heading to the English city of Salisbury, tasked with removing potentially contaminated objects. Home Secretary Amber Rudd visited the area where the pair were found on Friday and confirmed they were both still in a very serious condition. Britain has said it will respond robustly if evidence shows Moscow was behind the poisoning. A statement Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov likened to propaganda.
If there is indeed any genuine need of assistance from Russia, we will be ready to consider this, if of course we are in possession of relevant information. But to proceed in this way, one should not rush to get on the TV screens with ungrounded accusations, but act professionally via existing channels.
The investigation is continuing.
And that's the news. Remember, you can get more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and on Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also find us on Mix 96.9 FM. I am Marie Claire Williams. Good evening.